Hello everybody, Marlene, aka Snowgardener307. We are here for another budgeting video. That means we've got a budget, we've got cash stuffing, we've got savings challenges, we have got all of the things and stuff. And this is my husband's budget, and I am excited to tell you guys he is bringing some more savings challenges to show you guys. So let's go ahead and hop into this.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
I have got, I think, everything I need here. We've got some ones. We're going to have to go through these ones. That's why I don't have them in the cash tray. We're going to be looking for A-Bucks, D-Bucks, and G-Bucks. But let's go ahead and go through the budget. Let me explain to you guys what was decided and why it was decided. As I said, this is my husband's paycheck. He gets paid every 2 weeks. And sometimes for my husband, it's feast or famine. It's where he works 20 days straight and then he'll have, 5 days off, no pay, right? So this was a large paycheck. So the next paycheck is most likely going to be small. Because of that, I paid all of the monthly bills and stuffed all of the sinking fund money with this paycheck right here. So Mr. Snow Gardener got a paycheck of $4,188.30, which technically is a little bit lower than it should be because we added an extra $850 into our HSA, as well as paying for insurance and his 401k and all of that. And because we're adding extra into the HSA, I am giving him $650 towards that HSA money. And so he has got $4,838.83 in income. He's going to use $4,800. So I hope that makes sense for you guys. We have got the mortgage payment, $1,500. If you are not familiar, we did take over our own escrow, so our mortgage payment dropped with out paying the extra down to 12 something. And then his IRA, which is almost fully funded, he's going to need $1,000 more to fully fund his IRA for the year. We've got his payment for his truck, Bank of America, $187 is what is the minimum, or it was when we first started it. I have not lowered it. $3 is going to be rounded up and going to Australia. Cabela's, $95.77, $4.23 to Australia. Capital One Venture, $519.69. We're going to round that up to $520 for a whopping 31-cent roundup. PayPal, $2.99. Going to round that up to $10 for $7.01 going to Australia. My husband does use his Capital One Venture card for all of his daily spending. He works out of town, so all of his food and stuff he does get per diem, but he puts it all on the card. So for the bill amount, it is $2,905.45 with a roundup of $1,455. Leaving $1,880 left after paying the monthly bills. So then we've got a little bit of money that needs to go into my wallet, and I don't have my wallet with me, so I'll just set this off to the side. We've got home and fun, which is $50. That is 2 weeks of home, 2 weeks of fun. I do the other 2 weeks, so $100 there, leaving him $1,780. Then we roll on over. We have got holidays, gifts, giving, subscriptions, garbage, motorcycle insurance, clothing, land tax, escrow, pets, home, Sam's Club, and savings challenges. That all adds up to $1,170, leaving $610. So we're going to go ahead and make an extra $600 truck payment, equaling for the total for truck $787 that he's putting towards that, with $10 left over. So we're just going to do a $10 rollover, and Australia is going to get $14.55. And of course, as always, I've got my cash envelope breakdown right here. We are actually stuffing $1,270 today, but only $550 in actual cash. The rest of it is our play money or our placeholders. And so let's go ahead and scooch this off to the side so that I can view it to try to not make mistakes, even though it seems like I have a really hard time not making mistakes when I do this. I've got a highlighter. I'm going to go ahead and highlight stuff as we do it. But before we get stuffing, we have to take care of these ones. So as I said, we are looking for A-Bucks, D-Bucks, and G-Bucks. And of course, our ones are all a hot mess. So let's see what we've got and where the money is going to go to. So nothing too exciting so far. My favorite is the A-Bucks, as you guys know. There's a G-Buck and an A-Buck back to back. Ooh, another G-Buck. Let's flip these over. There's a D-Buck, a G-Buck, another G-Buck. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to flip these two over together. Those are both L's. Flip these three over. Nothing there. Flip those two over. There's another G-Buck. Ooh, I see another G-Buck too. G-Buck. Try to make it a little bit less painful with all of these bills going different directions. So let's get, ooh, there's another A-Buck and a D-Buck. I love that. Okay, so these are going to get stuffed into the red binder. And we're going to go ahead and wait to do that until we're done stuffing our other cash. So I'm just going to set this off to the side. We're going to go ahead and grab Mr. Snowgardener's binder. And we're going to start with his binder. And so I say that, but first let me go ahead and grab all of the money for my wallet. So I need 4 20s and 4 5s. And I'm going to set this off to the side. And so what's going to happen is it's going to be $25 for home, $25 for fun, $25 for home, $25 for fun. That is what that is. All right, so my husband has not been adding any money into Vroom Vroom or Guy Things and Stuff. The reason why is because his main goal is to get his truck paid off. And so emergency save, we're always working on that, but we don't actively stuff it here on a weekly basis. Holidays is going to go ahead and get $20. Gifts is going to get $20. And giving is going to get $100. We are going to be adopting some kids off of the tree again this year. I'm super excited about that. So between Mr. Snowgardener's money and mine, we will combine those together. Subscriptions is going to go ahead and get $40. We're going to go ahead and use placeholder money. This is one that I've mostly done cash, and I've decided to start doing placeholder. Same with garbage. We're going to go ahead and put $40 in there. I love adding stickers to my placeholder money. Not that I can't tell the difference when I touch them, but it's nice just being able to see that for sure. Then we've got motorcycle insurance. We're going to go ahead and add in $90 into here. And those are placeholders as well. Clothing is going to get $100. And the reason why clothing is going to get $100 is my husband needs some new boots for the winter. And so he now has $420. So that should give him enough money to get some work boots. Those things are freaking expensive. No money for PTO. And so that is his binder done already. How simple was that? Now we've got the adulting binder. So let's get into the adulting stuff. And auto insurance is something that I pay. This is my auto, my emergency fund. We do have land tax. We're going to go ahead and put $50 in cash for land tax. And then we've got escrow. And this, of course, is the home tax as well as the home insurance. We're going to go ahead and put $60 in cash in there. Pets is going to go ahead and get $200 in placeholders. We have 3 Yorkies and 2 cats, if you guys were wondering. Home is going to go ahead and get a $50 placeholder. This is our long-term savings. Subscriptions is going to get $100. No. Sam's is going to get $100. I'm like, why would he be putting money into my subscriptions? That makes no sense whatsoever. As I said, I like to make mistakes, apparently. So the rest of this money is for savings challenges. So I'm going to go ahead and set it aside for Mr. Snowgardener and add that into his savings challenge binder. And I've got a couple stacks of cash here. So I am just going to write on a sticky note really quick to make sure that I know what this money is for the 2 piles. It should be self-explanatory, but by the time I get done filming, sometimes I can't remember what I've done or why I've done it. So let's go ahead and separate out these bucks. I'm going to need to grab the dot markers. I told you guys I thought I was prepared. I lied. I am not prepared. Lots of G-Bucks. Do you guys see all those G-Bucks? Wow, the G-Bucks have definitely won the race there. And so we've got our dot markers right here. No big deal. I almost dropped other markers on the floor, but hey, you know, we just roll with it. So this binder, all I have in this binder is my bucks. So it makes it really quite easy to keep track of them. We just cashed everything in the last time. I can't even talk today, you guys. My words are all getting mumbled. And so we need a Sharpie for this. So how many A-Bucks? We've got 2 A-Bucks, you guys. We'll take it. $2 more go into Australia. This is how it looks after I've filled up with a ton of dots. So now I'm just going to go ahead and I'll use it at least twice after the dots fill up. D is for diving, and I believe we are using green. That is correct. And how many diving bucks do we have? 3 diving bucks. So where are we at? So those 4 are full. 1, 2, and 3. So colorful, but sometimes it's hard to see where I need to put those dots. And then we've got G is for garden. And let's take a look. I don't know if we've got enough here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Nope, not enough to finish it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 3 more bucks and we'll have another $25. And it's mostly garden is what I normally do, but we're going to do a cement patio, and concrete ain't cheap. So every dollar adds up, and boy, do we need it. All right, you guys, it is time for Mr. Snow Gardener to do some savings challenges. After he's done with his savings challenges, I'll be back with mine.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Mr. Snow Gardener and his savings challenges. Let's go ahead and get on with it. We'll start things off with the 52-week savings challenge. I don't think it's been as long as many that I've got filled out so far, but that's all right. Grab us a Sharpie. We'll do a 32. And we'll do 28. And I think I want to do 30. And that's going to be $90 total going into this savings challenge. I like that color. There's 20, 40, 60, 80, and 90. Okay, set that to the side because I'm sure it's still wet. We'll come on into general greenback here. And scratch off a couple of these maybe. There's a 9. And a 12, which will be 21. Grab a 20 and a 1 and a vacuum. And then we'll do a torpedo loan shark. These ones are all $10. Set that to the side because it's definitely wet. And then we'll jump into our book of mini savings challenges. We got our new one here from Mischief Managed Budgets. It's a $75 savings challenge. There's a $4 and an $8 for 12. That we got an empty shut the box challenge. So we will grab 2 die. Ooh. Snake eyes. Go with my red and orange again. Hello, kitty. There's 5. There was 9. I accidentally flipped that 6 over. There's 2 6s, so I'll do a 8 and a 4. There's a 3 and a 1. That's 9, and I don't have anything I can do, so looks like we're gonna do a 6 and a 7 for $13. I don't like that. Come over here to a Dicetropolis, which we're playing drop out. Shut the box out of the way. Set it over here because it's wet. And then we need 5 die. Alright, here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's a 2. So we've dropped that one out. There's 2 5s. Roll 2. That's going to be 6 on roll 3. And that was both 2s. So I do believe we're out of dice. So that's going to be 6. I think we're going to play another round though, because I feel like it. Alright, so there's 8 on roll 3. Five on roll 4. Oops. So I should make sure I don't roll that on my thing because it makes a mess. There's 2 on roll 5. So that's going to be 19. There's a 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. And the Dicetropolis. Set that aside because it is now wet too. We'll pull out concurrently 2 more of these little cards for my other half. There's $2 and 14 for $16. There's 10, 15, and $16. Let's stuff the cash. Grab the vacuum. Go ahead and scratch off a Georgette taco. A 2, a 6, and a 4 for 12. There's 10, 11, and 12. Let's stuff these real quick. And we'll flip this challenge over and build us a taco. I did not vacuum very good. Oh, I didn't vacuum at all. Oh my goodness. Alright, so soft shell, $2. Cauliflower for $2. Taco sauce, $1. Guacamole for $3. And some sour cream for $3. Onions, cheese, Onions were 3. Cheese is 2. Let's go one more. 4. Tomatoes. That's another 3. Alright, so that's not too bad. I'm not so sure about the cauliflower, but I bet you could season it up like taco meat and it'd be pretty tasty. Soft taco shell, cauliflower, taco sauce, guacamole, sour cream, onion, cheese, and tomato. We can roll that one more time and get something good. 6. So throw some olives on there. $1. 9, 12, 14, 16, 18, $20 going into that savings challenge. We'll come over here to our little puffer fish. That'll be 2. Hello, puppy. And 2. And 1. So that's going to be $5 going into the puffer fish. Hello, puppy. Go away. And I think that means we've done all of our savings challenges today, so we'll have to do a repeat, I think. Now I'm going to do some math again. This could take a minute. So, do 31. Wow, that looks almost exactly like that orange one I used earlier. That's weird. This is supposed to be red. Oh, it dried a little darker. Alright. 31 and 27 is 59. That'll be $80. And I just squished that right against the back, so it's going to make a mess again. Dang it. So that's 20, 40, 60, 80. $80 for the 52-week savings challenge. It goes all the way up here. Snape in the pink taco. Then I think I will do another scratch off in here in the General Greenback Savings Challenge book. There's $5, and let's do this one. $4, and this one for $17. It's 10, 15, 16, 17. And vacuum. So there's 2 2s. We'll get rid of them. There's a 5, round 1 and 2. That's going to be 12 for round 3. And there's a 5 for round 4 and a 2 for round 4. We're going to play another round of Dropout. We'll just finish this guy out. There's a 2 for round 1. 2 5s for round 2. 8 for round 3. That looks like a 6. I better fix that. Kind of. 4 for round 4. There's a 5 for round 5. Okay, so that was all of those. So that's 12 and 12. For 24, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. And that goes into Dicetropolis, which says tattoo on it. And then let's set Dicetropolis back here. When we come back to this one, we'll be playing Keno. In the meantime, We'll scratch off another one of these ones. Possibly two. 9 and a 7. So that's going to be 16. 10. 5. 1 for 16. That goes in this little guy right here. Another one of these blowfishers. I think I'm going to roll a d20 this time, just for grins. 7. And 11. So that's going to be 19. Yeah, 5, 10, 15. Oh, look at that. It's 20. All right. Now I have $1 left. Let's see if we have any ones on this guy here. Yes, we do. Ah! I figured I already just pulled that out of, but that's okay. All right, everybody. Looks like we're all out of cash for today. We will call that a game, I guess. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say. We'll call it a video. How about that? We'll start putting everything away. Until I see you all again, I hope you have a great time and keep on smiling, all that good noise, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.
Before we get started on my savings challenges, I wanted to give you guys a debt update really quick on Mr. Snow Gardener's truck. If you missed one of the last videos where I showed this, I did do a $7,000 payment to Mr. Snow Gardener's truck. I had some money above and beyond what I wanted for my emergency fund. And originally I had set an amount that I wanted, then I had backed it down. And so I decided to go ahead and put $7,000 towards his truck. Now, Mr. Snow Gardener and I, we technically budget separately, but money goes back and forth. We don't worry about nickels and dimes and like, hey, I paid for dinner, you owe me. We don't do that kind of budgeting. But one thing that Mr. Snow Gardener is going to be paying for this next year is he's going to be paying for all of our health insurance, plus he's going to be paying a larger amount into the HSA for next year. And so I had mentioned like, hey, why don't I go ahead and pay this down? And then that way my monthly bills for the year are smaller because I'm not going to have to pay you for the HSA and for the insurance. And of course, my husband is to the point where he's like, I'll just pay for it. I'm not worried about it. And so a little bit more than you guys probably needed to know, but that's where that large payment came from. Also a little payment of $16 when I cleaned out my wallet. And then this week we've got the $187 regular payment and the $600 extra payment. He has a goal to pay $1,560 every single month to his card because he got a 0% card for 12 months. Our goal payoff day originally, when we did this, was September 1st of 2026. Well, you guys can tell that this has been moving down very quickly, even before the $7,000. Mr. Snow Gardener, this right here, 8/5. So we've got August to September, September to October, October to November. So in 3 months, Mr. Snow Gardener went from $18,720 down to $11,990. So he has been making big moves for this. So he's paid almost $7,000 off already. Then I added another $7,000, but we still like to see what the goal is. We're not including the $7,000 in the goal. So right now he has $884 of his $1,560 goal. All righty, let's go ahead and jump into savings challenges. We're going to go ahead and start off with my brand new book, The Life of a Succulent Who Wants to Inspire Others. You guys, I am loving this challenge that I'm playing. I'm so happy that I implemented some card challenges. And so we are playing the Royalty Draw. If you have not seen this before, you need a deck of cards. And you need to make sure that this deck of cards is used just for this game. Because once you draw cards, you can't draw them again. So far, this is what we've drawn. We have drawn 3 face cards, a 5 and a 10, and obviously the jokers aren't there. So I just set those off to the side. Then I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards. And I am going to do a fun challenge like I did the last time. It was kind of silly. If this card, the first card I do, is below 8 we will draw 3 cards. If it is higher than 8, we'll do 2. So let's take a look. An ace. Okay, well, we're doing 2. So $20. This is going to the mortgage. So an ace of hearts. So I put that into my pile. And then down here, I cross off the ace. Man, I need to be playing some poker with all of these high cards that I've been getting. I do like to go ahead and just do a quick shuffle again. So one more, and we got a 7 of diamonds. So a 7 of diamonds there. So $27 for royalty draw. And then what I do is I leave these face up. I put these here, and then we put them back into the box. Like I said, this is why it's so important. And of course, the good thing is you can get a cheap set of cards at the dollar store or whatever and utilize it for your games. So royalty draw is all done. And I am going to keep track of what we are doing for our savings challenges because it fills up my sheet, okay? It makes it look like I've done more payments. So royalty draw. And that is $27. Perfect. All righty. Put that up here. And now let's go ahead and do the life of a duck named what? Yes, yes, yes. But we are not doing Sudoku because I haven't had time to go through the Sudoku. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and roll a die, and we're going to roll 2. We're going to make it through here pretty fast. But the thing is if I roll 2 dice, then I could owe more money. That's how it goes. So with this one right here, if you land on green, you save the dice total. If you land on yellow, half of the total. And if it's an odd number, I always round up. And red is just roll again. So let's go ahead and get our little turtle. And let's go. So 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we are starting off strong. We've got $8 here. We go into mortgage again, you guys. And we've got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is half. So we're going to save $3 because it's yellow. And we've got a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's red. That means we don't save anything. Another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is green. So we save the full amount. I'm going to put $1 back and grab a 5. We've got a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to save $3 because of half. And I was just writing down the numbers, what I was saving previously on games. They don't have anything to do with the game itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Woo, woo, woo. Like I said, but of course it could have been like 12 or something. So, and Snake Eyes, which we didn't cross the finish line yet. So $2 and we roll to cross the finish line. All right, so that one is Road Race. And let's see how much we saved with this one today. So Road Race. And obviously we're going to put all of these small bills back into the tray and grab a larger bill. A bill. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $28. Another fun one, $28. Amazing. Okay, so we're going to do 20 and a 5 and keep those 3. Then we'll use all of this money again, right? No reason to keep all those small bills in there. So Road Racer. And then let's go ahead and do our Pop It Savings Challenge fun. We're all the way on the back page. We've got 3 scratch-offs left for this challenge. We're going to go ahead and scratch them anywhere from 3 to 9 is what they are. So we've got 7 plus 5 is 12, plus 4 is 16. And we've been calling that one stars. So $16. So 10, 15, and 16. Nothing too hard, you guys. I'm really enjoying playing the games instead of just doing scratch-offs. You're going to notice in my new book that I've got quite a few more games in there because that is what I'm enjoying. So now we've got the Life of Friends who are Christmas crazy. And no, we're not playing the game we have been. We're going to play a brand new game. This is called Christmas Wipeout. It says roll a die to set the wipeout number for each stocking row. Okay, so, all right, so our wipeout number for the first row is a 5. So we're going to write a 5 right there, okay? And then it says, roll a die for each stocking in the row. Write the number in the stocking. If you roll the wipeout number at the top of the row, it wipes out all of the numbers above it. Add up remaining stockings and save that amount. Okay, let's do this one, you guys. So 2. 2 again. I swear, you guys, I didn't do it on purpose. 6, 3, and 1. So we did not get the wipeout, so we're going to save all of that. So that's $14. So, and I'm just going to put Xmas because it's easier to write really quick. So $14 for Christmas wipeout. So 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And normally I was using this book for Christmas for next year, but hey, we got goals. We got goals. And my mortgage is my top goal, not Christmas next year. Christmas next year will be a normal Christmas because we're not going on vacation. This year I bought the family a Christmas trip, and that's, I say I, but my husband and I both bought a trip for everybody. And so, you know, I mean, that kind of hurts that bank account, right? All right, you guys. And then I know you guys are shocked to see Shut the Box because it is my favorite. So depending on what we roll for Shut the Box, if we roll, or I'm sorry, if we save less than $20, we're going to play twice. How does that sound? And then that's going to be it. And we'll see what we pay. So $6. I forgot to say no whammies, no whammies. Big bucks, big bucks. Let's go, let's go. And we got a 5. Okay, come on. We want some big numbers here. Big numbers, big numbers. All right, a 7. How about some bigger numbers, bigger numbers, bigger numbers? How about another 7? No, we didn't want that. We didn't want another 7. So we have got 1, 2, 8, and 9 left. And we got a 12. Well, we needed that 12 when we had different numbers. Oh, goodness. So we've got $20. Now, did I say less than 20? I don't remember. 20 was the cap. And since I want to get the mortgage paid off, we're going to play one more time. If it would have been 21, I definitely would have been like, okay, we're done. But $20, look at that. If I shut the box, which if you're not familiar with this game, that is when I play all 4, or I'm sorry, that's when I color all the numbers in. That's $25. So we're going to go ahead and color with pink. I think pink is almost out. It sure is. All righty. We got an 11. That's better. See, we like that at the beginning. So we've got lots of options. So we're going to do an 8. Ooh, I almost colored in the wrong one. 8 and 3 for 11. Math skills while you're filming can be very hard sometimes. $4, or 4, I should say. And we got an 8. So we're going to do a 7 and a 1. Okay, so we've got to say no whammies, big bucks, big bucks. And a whammy on Shut the Box is snake eyes because there's only one way to get it. So if you roll it more than once, then you're in trouble. Okay, there's a 6. So we have got a 2, 5, and a 9 left. Let's see. We got a 6. So nope. So we are going to go ahead and save another $16. And I put this 5 right here in front. I don't know why, but $16. Let's go ahead and color these in. Of course, I couldn't roll a 2 because I had started coloring the wrong number. So now I've got that mark in there. How rude. Okay, so what do we have for Shut the Box? Let's get rid of these dice. Let's get rid of the Shut the Box sheet. And we have got $36 for Shut the Box. Now, let's go ahead and do an update on the mortgage, shall we? Let's put all these payments in here. I'll show you where we're at, and then we'll be done for the day. So I've already got my mortgage sheet out. I was showing you guys the truck, obviously, so I've just got to flip it back one page. And we are on page 2 of the mortgage sheet. But because we're on page 2, I need to move my November goal. So my November goal is $2,678.11. We have paid $3,482.57. The reason why it is so high is because I had done a CD ladder last year when the CDs were so high. Well, now the CDs are not as high, so I went ahead and cashed it out, and I put $1,042 to my mortgage. Alrighty, let's get these added on here. So we have got royalty draw. 1119 minus 27. Road race. See, I like writing all of these down. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. Could I put a total on there? Yeah, but it's more fun seeing all the different challenges that we put money towards the mortgage with. And it's like for the daily games, you see I just put week 14, right? And it was $150, which was a good week. The daily games have been so much fun. I cannot believe how many days I have done the games. I really didn't know if it was going to stick. I didn't know if I was going to like it. And I really do enjoy it. I recommend you go on Instagram if you want to see them every day, or else you can stay tuned here for the once a week recap, which of course just has all of them together. They are in short format. The reason why I don't have them on YouTube anymore is that it really messed with my YouTube algorithm. And in the past, I wouldn't have cared, but YouTube is part of how I pay my bills. So I really need to kind of bow to YouTube and follow that algorithm so that I can keep my income at somewhat of a reasonable amount. And I was shocked when I was putting those on, because I was like, this will be even better, because then I'll get people that want to watch short form content, and I'll also get people that want to watch long form content, right? Because we know there's times when you want to watch a video and there's times when you just want to scroll, right? And boy, was I wrong there. So look at that right there. So $132,121. And let's go ahead and add these up and add them into the handy dandy calculator here. And Mrs. Casio is her name. We haven't seen the original Mr. Casio for a while, because this one is so nice. So 121. So we so far have paid $3,482.51. We're paying another 121. So $3,603.51. Not too shabby. Just remember, we are taking all of the extra money that we could be putting towards other things and putting it towards the mortgage. Also, though, remember, I don't have a vehicle payment at all. Don't have any credit card debt. I fund most of my things through sinking funds, through saving all of the money. So it does make it easier. If you watch my videos and you go, I could never be there, that's what I thought 5 years ago. So don't get discouraged. And just remember that all of our stories are different, and don't compare my story to your story. All right, you guys, that's it for today. Until I see you guys next time, remember to keep on smiling. Bye, everybody.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do